I'm Holly Miller, and I'm from Mocksville, North Carolina.
My name is Justin Miller. I'm from Mocksville, North Carolina. I grew up helping my dad raise beef cattle on this farm. This is actually a fifth-generation farm. When we got started, we went a totally different direction than livestock. Our farm is 66 acres. Only about 10 acres of what we own is tillable land. We rent some land elsewhere from local landowners, but we grow about 8 acres of produce and about 2 acres of strawberries, 10 acres of pumpkins, and a half acre of blackberries. And we've got about 1/4 of an acre under plastic with our 5 greenhouses. When I was growing up, it was me and my daddy we're going to Cherry Hill. That's what we called it.
Because we're on Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill Road, and we just always called it Cherry Hills. I don't know, he's never complained that I stole the name, but my dad kind of rebranded his operation once we got to this point. I mean, we're officially Cherry Hill Farm LLC now, but when we started, it was just a natural fit to start calling it Cherry Hill Farm. We started in 2011 raising grain, just wheat and soybeans in rotation. And then one day about 2014, Holly came home and said she thought we needed to start raising strawberries. So we started buying some equipment, and in 2015 we raised our first crop of produce and planted our first crop of strawberries that fall.
I grew up on a farm. My parents both farmed for a living. There was 4 kids, and we were just always together. And so I just had that mindset that I wanted to farm one day. I wanted to raise my family on a farm. We were leasing 40 acres, but it was grain, and I just didn't feel like that was something the kids could be a part of or I could be a part of. So just really prayed about it. I didn't look into it, just felt led that direction. And we ended up being the only strawberry growers in the county at the time. Still are to this day, but that's kind of where it started. It just kind of grew from there. We planted 5,000 strawberry plants and maybe a half an acre of produce, and I had a 10 by 10 tent on the side of the road, and I had a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old on the hip, and it was just a way to keep them involved and just kind of start the family farm. We did not grow in this industry. It was very new, and we've hit a lot of walls, but there's always been a door open when a door closed, and I think that's all because of prayer. Like we went from a 10 by 10 tent on the side of the road, and I was going to farmers markets. We started a CSA to kind of get our name out. That kind of led into working in some workshops, which led into getting GAP certified. And within a couple of years of that, we were growing for a big box store, sending out tractor trailer loads of produce. We had built enough business from going to farmers markets and the roadside stand that we felt like, okay, it's time to build a farm stand. 2020, we were opening the doors in April of 2020 when COVID hit. And we were opening the doors and everybody was locked down. We didn't know what was going to happen. Eventually, they came out and said agriculture was exempt from that. And we had the biggest year we've ever had, like unimaginable people lined up the first day we opened. Whether we sell wholesale or retail, we're seeing a product start to finish. But when you can see the customer tell you how much they appreciate what they're growing, how they're excited, because when they get it from the grocery store, it doesn't taste the same. When you see the gratification from that person, we've got people coming in here every day that are new, and they're like, we drive by here every day, and we've just seen you build every year, and it's just so exciting to see you build your business like this.
I started doing business with Farm Credit long before we ever started farming. I just heard through word of mouth that it was a good place to do business. Working with Farm Credit has been great. The customer service is second to none. I love the fact that I can call my loan officer and tell them that I need to renew my operating note for X number of dollars, and then the next day I'm signing papers and I'm ready to start carrying on with business, and it's not the corporate hassle of dealing with a standard bank. I really appreciate doing business with a company that understands the way my business operates and the cash flow issues that farmers have and how things have to keep going to make it work. If it were not for Farm Credit, we wouldn't have this farm.
Farm Credit has been supportive every step of the way.